It looks like I'm going live. Hello, this is Christie's Clarity. And here we are. I'm a few minutes late. Usually we start at 10:10, but my lovely assistant Nava is out for a while. So sending her many resting, rejuvenating time off from work right now. So we all need that self-care. And that's a little bit what we're going to talk about today in regard to can you hear your body talk? This is Christy Karate. I'm a life mastery consultant and also a intuitive artist. And I am the author of the book Beyond the Box. And I just had a wonderful interview and then talk on a great site called One Day is Today. And it's with a couple of guys that are really wanting to encourage people to take action now. And one of the things that I shared on that was just how much we have control over our bodies. There was more to it than that. But what I'm mentioning here is that we have more control over our bodies than we think. Well, actually, it is our thinking that keeps us from or to wellness. So I told a story, and it's in my book if you're interested, but I told a story about when I was actually flying through the air accidentally. I call it my flying leap. And it was a time when I was taking a fall, and midair I changed my thinking, and I know absolutely as a result of that that I was not injured in this. I was 8 feet above the ground when I was coming flying down, right? Splat, right? So the affirmation that I used during that was I am well. Now, one of the things that I talked about yesterday also on that call was that it takes muscle strength, just like when you practice for a marathon, to change your thinking in a way that you remember to change, especially when you're in moments like I was at midair, right? So how you do that, this is one of the ways also of how you change habits, is you have to create ways that you cause you to remember to move into that frame of mind of wellness, okay, of I am well, I am well. And so one of the ways that I really encourage people to start paying attention, noticing your thought, is the number one key to the work that I do for with people. And what it is that you just want to find a way to pause, stop and think, what am I thinking right now? So it's not even in those moments when things are not going well, but it's also in those times when you're just going along your everyday. So one of the things that I encourage people to do is to take their calendar and take their calendar on their phone and program an alarm and that will go off, that will remind you to think, oh, what am I thinking right now? So that's one of the ways to start the muscle of remembering what you want to remember. Okay. And then there was that little snap band that people were using, and that's good. So it's like, find any ways that you can do to change your thinking, to notice your thinking, not to change it. Don't even worry about noticing. So the model that I gave yesterday, which is really great to use also with your body, so I'll share it in regard to your health and well-being that way. But it was like, what is like we our habits are hindsight, right? We don't know they're running us. They're back here behind us. They're running us. They're doing our thinking for us, and we don't even notice it. And so to notice it is right here in the peripheral vision. And you can even be noticing it and going, oh, look, I'm doing that thing. I'm doing that habit. I'm doing something that is not working for me, right? And or I'm just noticing my thought. I'm still doing it, but I'm noticing. And usually people go, oh, see, I'll never get through this. I'll never get past this. I'm just going to keep going back to my old habits, okay, because I can't make any change. And that's actually a vibrational frequency of despair, of lack of self-belief and everything. And so that puts you back into the hindsight, right? So when you're in the uh, peripheral vision, you want to stop yourself, pause, and you want to celebrate. You want to go, yay, look at me, I'm noticing. I may still be doing it, but I'm noticing now. Notice the difference in energy of that. And when you and your internal thinking start celebrating those moments of awareness, and the reason you're celebrating it is because with that celebration, you can move to a greater awareness. You are actually starting to build the muscle of putting it out, to seeing it coming before it comes. And when it's coming for you, which is foresight, you shake your little finger at it and say, you're not going to get me now. So that's a key to beginning to change your thinking. Our thinking, I can read people's thinking by looking at the results they're having in their lives. Okay, if they're having financial difficulties, I can see that they have a lack of belief in their ability to be financially abundant or whatever. If they're in lack of health, I can see that they are stuck with some beliefs about themselves. It's an exact replica of our beliefs, the outpicturing of our lives and our circumstances. And so can you hear your body talk? And this is the noticing thing again. And so when I have gone through, I've had 2 knee replacements actually. And the accident that caused that when I was 20 years old, at least for the one knee, was I was very unconscious at that time, right? And I now, because of that, a lot of things happened and I experienced pain and things like that. I still experience pain. I'm like totally human. And we have to pay attention to our body. And then just like the thinking, we have to celebrate first the awareness. And only at that time can you make a lasting change. I am well. I am well. I am well. And so today I want you to think about paying attention to your body and saying, what does it have to teach me? Okay, because none of our paradigms, none of the problems that we have are stick with us unless we have something still to learn from that. Okay, just remember that. If you're stuck or struggling, you're not going to get rid of it until you learn the lesson. And guess what? What happens when you learn the lesson is they actually become your stepping stones, your friend, and then they are no longer a problem or a paradigm. So I want you this week to listen to your body and ask, what does it have to say? And first celebrate the awareness, and then secondly ask your body, what can I do right now in the direction of my freedom of my body to move through the world? Okay, and so even when you get hungry, and you ask yourself, now I'm not kind of on track now after all the days, I have to say, but when I am on track, I can ask my body, oh, look, I want a dessert or sweets. Oh, why not have, that was weird, why not have a, sorry, something kept flashing up on my screen. I got distracted. Why not have a cup of tea? So if you can pause and think, first notice, and then eventually create a habit of change. This is Christy Karate. You can find my book at beyondtheboxbook.com. You can go to my website, masteringtheartoflife.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, Mastering the Art of Life with Christy Karate. Okay, listen to your body this week. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a great week.